Can you shake hands with them playing
Yes,
guitars?
we can.
All right.
Sorry if I sweat. I'm
It's a
nervous.
pleasure to have you here. I wish I could participate. I feel like like
Can you play?
like a lump on a log. Well, can I play guitar?
Yeah.
With you guys sitting here? No, I can't play guitar, if you know what I mean. There's something going on in Toronto tonight.
Yes, as a matter of fact.
It's called Night of 1,000 Guitars at the Diamond Club.
Yep.
I don't want to fill in all the blanks. I'll let you elaborate a bit. It's basically a tribute to the international, let me get this right, tribute to the International Guitar Festival, which basically concerns itself with classical guitar. Does it not?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
There's a fellow named Ellie Kastner that runs the Toronto Guitar Academy, and he puts together this Guitar 87. It's a semi-annual or something like that kind of event.
Yeah.
And they bring in international artists, and they promote young talent and give them a chance to play in recital situations and stuff and, on an international kind of stage. And so I got involved. Ellie asked me if I'd do something to sort of bring some attention.
Broaden the base a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this happened last year?
Oh yeah, this has happened, I think this is about the 4th or 5th one or something like that, I think.
I assume Segovia was at it last year and obviously won't be at it this year.
No, he won't be here this year. But,
Who else will be there?
I believe John Williams is involved in it this year, and Paco de Lucia. Lucia? What is that?
Depends on where you're from. Either one's fine.
And some young Canadian talent as well, and I believe there's some people from South America and Japan, and I mean, I don't remember all the names, and I'm not too good at those foreign accents anyway, so I won't attempt them.
You've got some great accents.
It's a charity event? Basically a charity event?
This thing tonight is, yeah. We're trying to, the Guitar Society is a charitable, tax-deductible kind of a thing, and we're trying to raise some funds. They've had some deficits they've been trying to overcome from the past, and
You do this a lot, though. You do a lot of charity stuff, don't you?
well, I like to give back a little bit of whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a documentary being done about it, too? Somebody
They're
told me that.
filming it, and I think the CBC's involved, and there's also live broadcast being taped and stuff, so it's an all-encompassing kind of thing. And lots of talent from different walks of life. Yeah, pretty crazy.
You are obviously not plugged into our stack of Marshalls over here, which means,
No.
which means this is basically going to be an acoustic thing. What a surprise, given that it's classical guitar and all. Well, what are you going to play for us?
We got a couple of things that we might get into. The piece of mine that I wrote that was on a Triumph record that we've sort of done a quasi-arrangement for two
Because everything
guitars.
else went down, right?
Well, Steve got in here at like 1 o'clock this morning. I picked him up at the airport, and so literally we've had about 40 minutes in my living room to go over things. So, but we got another piece that he wrote called "Up in the Air" that we're going to do too. So,
Okay, let's do one, and we'll talk a bit. And
yeah, okay, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Morse and Rik Emmett. We're all kind of like basking in the afterglow, aren't we? Boy, that was just great.
Thanks.
You don't do that a whole lot in concert, do you? When you're out with Kansas, you don't do that a whole lot.
Kansas, I play one acoustic thing with Kansas, and I do solo gigs sometimes where I play a lot of original classical things and electric guitar things. And even with the band before, the Dregs, I've played maybe just 2 acoustic things during the set.
Yeah, much like that, much along that lines.
Yeah, well, more along the lines of the next one we're going to be doing, because this was Rick's tune.
15 million Kansas albums have been sold worldwide. I just wanted to let you know that I personally own 1 million of them. And you know that extra, like that platinum record you got for like 15 times? I'm going to return all the records one day. And then you'll go, oops. No, I'm only kidding. You're on a solo venture too. You're doing some solo stuff too.
Yeah, I'm making a solo album with MCA also. And it's along the lines of the Dregs music, you know, kind of eclectic, instrumental with glimpses of acoustic and it's instrumental music that is more underground than mainstream. But I really enjoy doing it. And
how close to completion is it?
I've got...
When am I going to be able to put it on my turntable?
That I'll never venture to say, because that's in the hands of the record company, and you always lose if you try to second guess them, or even if you repeat what they tell you.
What year is this?
No, it's supposed to be out in the fall, whatever that means.
You're working on something new too, aren't you?
Yeah, Triumph is about halfway through a new record.
Yeah, are you recording out in Mississauga?
We are indeed. Yep.
Metalworks?
Deep in the bowels of Metalworks.
Any speculation as to what eon the next LP will be out in? Oh, pretty
Well,
sure.
we were shooting for a July delivery, so which was a September release, so it'll be the fall, I think. I think we're still on schedule for that.
Tell Levine he still has my camera and to give it back.
Oh,
Say
yeah?
Ideal for me. And again, it's Night of 1,000 Guitars. Some of the greatest guitarists in the world will be there at the Diamond Club in the Toronto area. That is Monday evening. Here's something else you should know about. There's some familiar faces on Guitar Player magazine. Leona Boyd and Alex Lyson, and that's our good friend Rick over here. And this is
Ed Bickert.
Ed Bickert, who's from the Toronto area.
Famous jazz legend.
Right.
Fabulous player.
In this edition of Guitar Player, you'll find one of those flexi discs like you got in Mad Magazine. but why don't you tell them what's on it? It's not Alfred E. Newman on the flexi disc in Guitar Player. It's something else, isn't it?
No, it's Alfred E. Newman guesting in a quartet. It was basically like a style fusion piece that we did, and
this is a real collector's item, obviously.
I don't know. Far be it from me to say something of that ilk. No, it was a sort of a first for them to get players from such different walks of life together and do something like that. And it was a real thrill for me to work with people that talented. And as a matter of fact, we'll have 3/4 of that quartet present tonight. Leona's going to do some playing down there, and Ed's going to show up and do some playing. And I might even sit in and do Suitcase Blues with him.
So people will be interchanging. They'll be...
Yeah, it's going to be kind of very eclectic and go through a lot of different phases, and it'll be pretty interesting.
Sounds really exciting. Really exciting. So the festival itself is coming up. This is basically a tee-up to the festival. The festival, which is Guitar 87.
That's right.
Happens June 22nd to 27th.
That's right.
In Toronto.
Yeah,
and
it's at different locales, and a lot of it takes place at University of Toronto, the Edward Johnson building there, Walter Hall. And
there's some people in Kamloops going, damn.
Yeah. Well, see.
These things happen.
Get on the train. Come on down.
I guess we should do some more here. This is
okay.
This is something that Steve wrote, right?
Yeah, we have to retune for this.
Okay.
Got to move the strings up here.
Do I tell a joke? You know what the problem is? I can't think of any jokes that wouldn't offend somebody for some stupid reason. You know, you get in those ruts where you can't come up with any clean jokes, so I can't do that talk to the nation anyway.
Real humor is that which doesn't depend on running anybody down.
Yeah, no,
and it's hard to come up with real humor.
Yes, it really is.
I've never heard any real humor. Okay, this is a piece that Steve wrote. It's called Up in the Air, and he wrote it, and it originally appeared on Industry Standard?
Yeah, Dregs' last album.
As a duet with Steve Howe. So I'm sort of trying to fill Steve Howe's shoes.
He's doing it live, though, okay?
Yeah, this is pretty scary stuff.
This is live, no,
you get cramped
no
up,
second chance.
Yeah. If I make mental errors...
There's no excuses in music. But we just did it a few minutes ago. So.
Okay. Are you counting this in?
2. Ready? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Way to go.
Right. Those B strings were the only thing.
Okay, I'm finished.
That was a darn good ad lib. Let me tell you. Right. Well, tonight's the night of 1,000 Guitars, Diamond Club, Toronto, preliminary bout to the Guitar 87.
There's some electric guitar stuff going on too. It's not just acoustics.
Oh, okay.
And nobody's probably playing any more than 1 or 2 songs in a row. Right?
Oh yeah.
But this is a chance for people who are Steve Morse fans or Rik Emmett fans to see you in an environment they've never seen you before.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. If you love guitar, this is the night for you.
Yeah. Okay. And it's not much money, and it's for a charitable cause, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely.
Okay. We're going to go out with just one night, only because we did the Kansas thing. We did like an hour of you. A couple of...
Me?
Yeah, we did an hour of Kansas.
All those
about
old
half an hour
Dregs
ago or
videos,
something.
you know?
Yeah. So thank you again, and I'll be there for sure, actually.
Thank you for having us.
I'm going to be watching and gazing and viewing and enjoying,
All right.
as should the rest of you. Ladies and gentlemen, Rik Emmett and Steve Morse. And this is Just One Night Triumph on MuchMusic.